You've likely been searching for psychopaths in all the wrong places. While you are busy scanning the horizon for obvious, theatrical red flags, they are hiding in plain sight, camouflaged by the most ordinary behaviors. These are actions so common, so deceptively innocent, that you might easily dismiss them as mere personality quirks. But criminal psychologists and veteran FBI profilers know the truth. They have pinpointed 7 shocking clues that peel back the mask and reveal a psychopath's true nature. These clues are woven into the fabric of your daily life. Today, I will pull back the curtain and show you exactly what law enforcement and forensic psychiatrists have learned to look for. These are the subtle, yet unmistakable signals that distinguish a true psychopath from someone who is simply difficult or unpleasant. Forget the dramatic, movie-style warnings. We are talking about the quiet, everyday behaviors that most people completely overlook, until it is far, far too late. Let's begin with the most deceptive clue of all. It's something that, paradoxically, makes you like them even more. The first shocking clue is what experts call weaponized attention. Psychopaths possess an unnatural skill for making you feel like you are the most captivating person in the world. They will remember tiny details about your life with photographic precision, asking follow-up questions about a casual remark you made weeks ago. They appear to be genuinely fascinated by your every thought and experience. But Dr. Kevin Dutton from Oxford University's Department of Experimental Psychology explains that this is not genuine interest. It is data collection. With the systematic precision of a spy, they are gathering intelligence about your vulnerabilities, your desires, and your deepest insecurities. I saw this firsthand with a former colleague who could recall intimate details from the lives of dozens of people, their fears, their dreams, their relationship troubles, their financial struggles. But as I watched him more closely, I noticed something truly chilling. He never, ever shared anything meaningful about himself. And his caring questions always seemed to probe for specific kinds of information: what you valued most, what you were afraid of losing, and who you trusted. Be wary of the listener who remembers everything about you but reveals nothing about themselves. This isn't empathy, it's reconnaissance. The second shocking clue appears as an uncanny ability to shift the mood of a group. They might make a subtle, offhand comment that creates a ripple of unease, only to then step in as the calm voice of reason. They will ask an innocent question that plants a seed of doubt about someone else, and then rush in to appear supportive when that person begins to struggle. Most telling is their emotional thermostat effect. They can dial the intensity of any interaction up or down at will, but it is always in service of their own hidden agenda. Unlike natural charisma, this feels calculated and methodical, and it often leaves you feeling emotionally drained without ever understanding why. The third shocking clue is a phenomenon known as appreciation amnesia. This is a complete inability to maintain any genuine gratitude for favors, kindness, or support they have received. Research from Harvard's Department of Psychology shows that psychopaths process acts of kindness in a way that is fundamentally different from healthy people. Where a normal person feels a sense of indebtedness and a desire to reciprocate, a psychopath feels entitled. They often grow resentful that more wasn't given. They will accept significant help, be it financial support, a career opportunity, or emotional labor, with what appears to be appropriate gratitude at the moment. But just watch what happens over time. That favor will be minimized, then forgotten, or eventually reframed as something they deserved all along, or even earned through their own merit. Most disturbing of all is their tendency to become hostile toward the very people who have helped them the most. Dr. Robert Hare's groundbreaking research reveals that psychopaths often target their greatest benefactors for their cruelest treatment, as if the act of kindness itself triggers their predatory instincts. This isn't just someone being occasionally ungrateful. It is a neurological inability to hold on to positive feelings for people who have shown them care. The fourth shocking clue is information excavation. This is an obsessive need to uncover secrets, weaknesses, and private information about others, all while revealing nothing of substance about themselves. Unlike normal curiosity, a psychopath probing follows a specific predatory pattern. They ask seemingly innocent questions that, over time, build a comprehensive profile of your vulnerabilities. They will remember embarrassing stories you've long forgotten telling them. They know exactly which topics to prompt you to reciprocate with something far more damaging. Their secrets are always strategic, engineered to extract more valuable information from you. Watch for the person who seems to know more about your private life than you ever remember sharing, while their own inner world remains a complete and total mystery. The fifth shocking clue is artificial expertise. This is the ability to appear incredibly knowledgeable and competent in areas where they have absolutely no real skill or experience. Psychopaths are masters of what psychologists call confident incompetence. They can discuss complex subjects with such authority that even experts in those fields might initially believe they are speaking with a peer, but their knowledge is entirely superficial, cobbled together from quick internet searches and delivered with unshakable confidence. Dr. Hervey Cleckley's seminal work, The Mask of Sanity, identifies this as one of the most reliable indicators of a psychopath. They can convincingly play any role: the successful businessman, the caring therapist, the devoted partner, without possessing any of the underlying qualities these roles actually require. Most dangerous is their ability to fail upward. When their incompetence is finally exposed in one area, they seamlessly transition to a new field or a new social circle where their lack of expertise isn't yet apparent. They leave behind a trail of unfinished projects, disappointed colleagues, and confused victims who can't understand how someone so impressive could deliver so little. The sixth shocking clue is a behavior called trauma tourism. This is an inappropriate and intense fascination with other people's pain, trauma, and emotional wounds. Unlike genuine empathy, which makes people want to soothe suffering, psychopaths are drawn to it like moths to a flame. They ask deeply probing questions about your worst experiences, encourage you to relive painful memories, and seem to be energized by your distress in a way that feels subtly wrong. Research from the University of Montreal confirms that psychopaths can experience genuine pleasure when witnessing the emotional pain of others, activating the reward centers in their brains. This appears as an uncanny ability to identify your deepest wounds and a compulsive need to pick at them. They often position themselves as a healer or a confidant, encouraging reality that is designed to make you question your own perceptions, your memories, and even your sanity. This goes far beyond simple lying. Psychopaths create what Harvard trauma specialists call coercive control, which is a comprehensive assault on your ability to test reality, leaving you completely dependent on their version of events. They will flatly deny conversations that multiple people witnessed. They will insist events happen differently than everyone remembers, and they will gradually, insidiously convince you that your own memory and judgment are unreliable. Unlike pathological liars who often create obvious falsehoods, psychopaths specialize in subtle shifts of reality that are difficult to prove or challenge. Most insidious is their ability to recruit others into their distorted narrative. They are incredibly skilled at presenting themselves as the calm, reasonable party while painting you as confused, emotional, or unstable. Over time, even your closest friends may begin to doubt your version of events, leaving you feeling utterly alone and isolated. Now that you can recognize these 7 shocking clues, let's discuss how to protect yourself when you realize you have identified a psychopath in your environment. The single most effective protection strategy is what forensic psychologists refer to as strategic disengagement. This involves a systematic reduction of your value as a target while carefully avoiding any direct confrontation that could trigger retaliation. First, you must implement information security. Immediately stop sharing personal details, emotional vulnerabilities, or any of your future plans. Psychopaths require intimate knowledge to manipulate you effectively. Deny them this ammunition. Second, become emotionally unrewarding. Psychopaths feed on emotional reactions, both positive and negative. You must practice what therapists call the gray rock method. Become so boring, so dull, and so unresponsive that they lose interest in you and are forced to seek out more stimulating targets. Third, document everything. Psychopaths thrive on reality distortion and gaslighting. Maintain detailed, private records of interactions, conversations, and specific incidents. This protects your own sanity and provides you with evidence if their behavior escalates. The most common question I receive is whether psychopaths can change with enough love, understanding, or therapy. Differences in the regions of the brain that govern empathy, emotional processing, and moral reasoning. This is not a choice or a learned behavior. It is a neurological condition that fundamentally alters how they process human relationships. The most ethical clinical approach today now focuses on risk management and harm reduction rather than attempting to create empathy where the neurological hardware for it simply does not exist. So let me leave you with these 7 shocking clues that reveal the psychopaths hiding in plain sight. The perfect listener who is unnaturally skilled at making you feel heard while secretly gathering intelligence. The emotional weather pattern, who manipulates group dynamics and emotional climates for personal gain. The gratitude deficit, a profound inability to maintain any appreciation for kindness that has been received. The conversational archaeologist, who obsessively excavates your secrets and vulnerabilities. The competence mirage, an artificial expertise that inevitably crumbles under the slightest scrutiny. The emotional archaeologist, who has an inappropriate fascination with your pain and trauma. And the reality distortion field, a systematic assault on your very perception of the truth. Remember, these clues are right there in front of you, every single day. Psychopaths count on your disbelief. They count on your assumption that surely no one could be that calculating. But knowledge is your strongest protection. Trust your instincts when something feels wrong. Document everything, and always prioritize your safety over their feelings.